What's up, guys? This is CH here with a tutorial on how to install Zamp on your Macintosh. So what we're going to do is first we're going to have to Google for Zamp, XAMPP, just any which way you want to search it, whether it's Google or Technorati or Bing. Pull up the first one right here, Apache Friends, apachefriends.org. We will go with this one, and we'll scroll down a little bit. And Zamp is universal, so it doesn't matter what operating system you're on. You could have Linux, Windows, Mac OSX, or Solaris. And for those who don't even know what Zamp is, it's pretty much a way just to install Apache on your personal computer, so you don't pay for hosting really when you're testing websites and sites that have dynamic pages and PHP and Perl. You can't do that without having your files on the server. So Zamp is a perfect way to do it for absolutely free. Everything's free. It's open source. So you'll want to click on this one right here. And I've already downloaded it. When it does start downloading, it'll pop up right here in the bottom left, and mine should have been completed by now. And this is going to open up. Give it a second. Doesn't matter if you're using, WAMP for Windows or MAMP for Mac. Zamp is just, the X stands for cross-platform, like I said. So over here, you're gonna have to take your Zamp file that you just downloaded, put it into your applications. It's gonna take another minute or two. About another minute, maybe a little bit less. Just throw it right onto there into your applications. If you already pay monthly, with GoDaddy or Bluehost or something, you do not need to do this. This is just a good way to test it before you do decide to pay monthly for server space. So if you're already paying monthly, your $5 or $8, whatever it may be, you're paying. You do not need to do this, and I highly recommend not using your own computer to host your site, because if your computer is not on, your site will not be up. That's the main reason you pay for a host, is that their servers are on all the time. And B, if you do drive a lot of traffic to your site, you're not really going to have the bandwidth to support it, on your local computer, or your laptop, or whatever it may be. So again, I just use Zamp to test my websites in WordPress or Expression Engine, or just my custom CMSs that I built in PHP. So from here, it looks like it copied all the folders into my applications. And here's my applications right here. I got kind of a lot. Don't be confused. It's right here at the bottom. It goes in alphabetical order up until Adobe. So right here, Zamp. We're going to open this up. I'm going to pull my Zamp control panel down here on my dashboard, on my dock, because I'm on it so much. I like to keep it right there. And I'm going to click on this. Use that to open it up. Get out of the way now. And I'm going to start Apache. And it's probably going to ask me for my password, all depending on what kind of security levels you have. And apparently I don't know my password. Second time's a charm, I hope. And while that's getting going, we'll try to fire up MySQL and MySQL. Okay, MySQL and Apache are both running. I won't worry about FTP too much. This is completely optional. I never FTP through Zamp. I do my FTPing through FileZilla or Transmit. I never really have this on, but the other two you're definitely going to need to have on. Both run your server and your MySQL database. And those who aren't familiar with MySQL, I guess just kind of think of like Microsoft Excel. It's just a database filled with rows and columns of information, and that's where your dynamic files are going to go. Your server-side files are going to go. So we're going to click out of this, and I'm going to pull up my browser. And to see if your Zamp is running properly, you're just going to go to localhost right there, plug it right on in. I'm on Google Chrome. It's just easy just to plug in right through there. Okay, here we go. So Zamp is up and running. At least my Apache server for the time being, and we're going to see if this is good. Okay, congratulations, you have successfully installed Zamp on this system. And click right here, PHP Info, to see the latest version of PHP you have. This is, I think it's the newest one out there. I think it's 5.3. I started writing in PHP when it was already on version 5, so I don't think it's changed around too much. PHP MyAdmin and MySQL Server, this is not responding, so that is not going to help us. Okay, now we're in our PHP admin, so our database as well as our server are up and running. So to test this server now, what I'm going to do is I'll go back to Zamp right here in my applications. I'll click on this. And to build a website, you have to put the folder in your htdocs folders. So I'll click on htdocs, and from here I'm going to open up my text editor because I'm gonna create a file right here in PHP, and I'm going to, let's see here. Let me go back 1 or 2. Where's my Zamp? Okay. And we're going to create a new folder. Does not matter what you title this folder. It could be anything in the world. I'm just going to go ahead and title it practice. Again, it could be anything. It could be your name, your first name, your last name, the name of your dog, whatever. Practice will work for the time being. And so now I'm going to create an index page. So I'm on TextMate. I'm not really a big Dreamweaver guy. I used to be on that, but there's not really a right or wrong. Just open up a new page in any text editor, whether it's TextEdit, Dreamweaver. Again, there is no right or wrong. So I'm going to first save it to my practice folder. I'm going to name it index.php, which is a pretty common. I mean, you pretty much have to have your first web page index.html or index.php because that's what your IP address, that's what the browser is looking for first. So we're going to save it to practice, even though there's nothing on it, and then we're going to type something simple out just in PHP to see if our browser recognizes it, and we'll just go with echo hello world, and you have to spell world right, and then put your semicolon at the end. So now I'm going to save this. I'm going to go back up to my browser, and I'm going to go to stay with localhost. The directory can be very confusing. I had a hard time figuring this out when I first started, FTP and stuff. So once you're on your localhost, just a / and whatever you name that folder is. For me, it's practice. That's my folder, and then the page that I saved it at was index.php, and I wrote hello world, and there it is. So our Zamp is up and running. Everything runs perfect. And another way to test your, to see, go back here to index.php. Another way to see what version of PHP you have downloaded, just go to echo PHP Info, and again, it'll pull it up for you if I just reload the page. Bring it right back up here to localhost. And again, 5.3.1. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me, and thanks for watching.